Alright guys, Dave Genby here, the ultimate bad motherfucker of reality. I'm Satan. I'm the devil, it's true. Lucifer's another name for me. The Antichrist, yeah, I'm here on earth. Working for God in heaven, of course. You need to be good to avoid going down to hell. Simple as that. If you're bad, you're going to come down to hell, you get tortured. I've been telling you to put your money in wisdomtree CRUD to link your money to the price of crude oil, but I'm not sure that you can do it because you've got alien overlords. You've got your slaves to the greys. Those little 4-foot grey bitches with big heads. They've got psychic powers, and for whatever reason, reptilians, humans, so just call them humans, really. Let's keep it simple. Humans are susceptible to psychic powers, being manipulated by psychic powers that the greys have. And you can't strike back because the greys are in space. You can't strike back. But ultimately, I'm the boss. It's not going to be the greys. Because as soon as the greys come down to Earth, they're 4 foot fucking tall, and as soon as they start messing you around with psychic powers, you just bash their fucking brains in. So they can't be ruler long term. The one who has to be ruler into the future is me. And I think at the age of 42, I'm going to get to eventually meet Ariana Rockefeller, who I'm supposed to, I don't know, form a royal family with, that rules over it all. That's what's supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be boss. These 4-foot greys, who are your current slave masters, are complete cunts in my book. What they're going to try and blag to me, I'm pretty sure, is that they've been ruled over by another reptilian species. So humanity's evolved from reptiles, which has took me a while to figure out. And they're going to say, well, another reptilian species was ruling over us. And that's why we acted like such cunts. And I think that's going to be bullshit. And the greys, they're going to be there showing us video footage of these other reptile species that ruled over them. But it's just going to be CGI. The greys are so good with CGI that it looks real. They can make CGI that just is amazing. So, I mean, like I say, all your computer text from the greys, and they won't be giving you the best stuff. So, that's what they're going to try. That's what these little 4-foot bitches are going to try and bullshit. That, you know, it's not their fault. They were ruled over, yeah. Fuck right off. That's total bullshit, that is. I think so. Well, we'll need to see evidence of it. Where is this other reptilian species that's been ruling over you greys? And if they can't show me where they are, then obviously I'm not going to fall for that, am I? Now, so I've been telling you to put your money into wisdomtree CRUD. Now maybe you can't because the greys won't let you. In fact, they won't let you do any of my fucking ideas, by the looks of it. And I've got a lot of great ideas for society to try and make it a lot better. That's my big thing, that I want to make society really good for everyone. As long as you're good. You have to be good, you have to behave, you have to be a good person. But in return, I try to make society as good as possible. At the minute, it's not good. There's a lot of people in this world who fucking have it well shit in other, poor countries. But you do need to get more earths. That is the thing. You have to fight for new earths. But what you could do, right, so if you can't put your money in wisdomtree CRUD, and I don't think the greys are letting you control you with these psychic powers, I did suggest putting your money in cryptocurrency first and then using that to purchase wisdom tree crud. Hopefully that works. If that doesn't, another idea I had was putting your money into farmland. Let's have a look on here. Into farmland REITs. Is that Farmland REITs? I've googled Farmland REITs. Farmland REITs. Try to put your money into that. Now that's a way of an average dude, an average investor, to invest in farmland, to be able to own, to partially own farmland. It's kind of like the equivalent of linking your money to the price of crude oil with wisdom tree crud, but it's farmland instead of crude oil. Now you've got guys like Bill Gates. There's Bill Gates. He owns loads of farmland now, because when you have high inflation caused by oil shortages, the price of food's going to go up, and then farmland potentially can make more money, but then they've got higher costs of running farm equipment. But then they could get human labour to do it instead of a tractor. And that's how it usually goes under communism, which is what you're going to get. You know, you have loads of people toiling in the fields. Think of countries in the Far East that have had communism. You'll see everyone in the rice paddies tending to the fields rather than having machines do it. That's how it'll be, because those machines run on oil, and oil's a limited resource. You've only got one earth, but obviously you're supposed to use free energy, which I've actually done in this house. I've got a free energy machine upstairs. Just a little motor, a little small motor, tiny little motor, bigger, spins a bigger turbine. Instead of having the wind spin the turbine, just a little motor spins it, small amount of energy into the motor, big amount of energy comes out the back. Free energy is actually really quite simple. There is also ring of power where you wire up step-up transformers together as well to make free energy. But the Greys, who are your slave masters, won't let humanity have free energy. But the thing with the Greys, I mean, they're such cunts. The thing with them is, without humanity, they're going nowhere. Absolutely fucking nowhere in the stars, because they can't get new Earths on their own, because they can't do the fighting. They haven't got foot soldiers. Those little fucking 4 foot tall fairy boys, they haven't got foot soldiers that are any good at all. I don't think they can even handle the recoil of a gun. I was actually considering, I was saying, can they handle the recoil of a machine gun? Like an M60 machine gun. Definitely not. They can't handle the recoil of that. But could they even handle the recoil of something like a Glock? You know, a little handgun? I don't know. Maybe not. So maybe they could. They got those massive hands. They got big long fingers, so the trigger mechanism to hold the gun with the trigger mechanism on a Glock, little handgun. I'm not sure they could even do that. So whether they can handle the recoil of it as it fires bullets, I'm not sure. So maybe you can put your money into Farmland REITs. Farmland REITs, again, the aliens probably won't let you, and they control you with psychic powers, which means a lot of you are going to get financially destroyed. I don't know what more to. I mean, can you put your money in crypto and then put it into Farmland REITs? So you can't make more farm. You've only got so much farmland. I want to create more farmland with free energy and anti-gravity, and use raw sewage mixed into the sand of the deserts, heat seawater to get fresh water, put the salt back into the oceans, and then use that fresh water to irrigate those crops in the desert. That's what I want to do. To create more farmland so we can create more food, and maybe turn back some of the farmland we've currently got back to forest, because trees are important. They absorb carbon dioxide, clean up the atmosphere in terms of, you know, because we've put a lot of pollution into the atmosphere. So you've just got what the problem is. The problem at the moment for humanity is you've got these dog shit slave masters in the Greys. The Greys are dog shit slave masters. Now, I think some people in the reptilians, in humans, were concerned that I was going to be a little bitch boy to the Greys, and that will never happen. Or I'll be a bitch boy to women. That will never happen. Satan, right, there's my ring of power. Satan is obsessed with power. I've no interest in bowing down to 4-foot little grey bitches. They're my tech bitches. Let's get it right. The Greys are my tech bitches, my tech slaves to do like fancy computers for us and smartphones and things like that. And that's what the Greys need to fully fucking well understand. They're in a lot of trouble with me because of how they've treated humanity. They've been very irresponsible slave masters of humanity. So I'm not happy with them. And I think they're going to try and bluff that, you know, there was some lizard king of another species that was ruling over them. Have you ever seen the film Galaxy Quest? There's a character called General Saris. You ever seen that film? It's I think it's a comedy film. But there's a character called General Saris, and he is a tough guy, mean, really scary. And I think the Greys are going to try and bluff me that that's who was ruling over them. Now, it could be the case the Greys are ruled over a lot by someone like that, but I want to see cast iron proof. Not just some CGI bullshit from the Greys. You know what I mean? So we'll see if they have any proof to prove that wild claim. Something I realise, I blame the Windsors for the Holocaust. Well, I suppose they were a bit to blame. The Windsors are supposed to be reptilian human kings on this earth, right? But they're not, because they're just ruled over by the Greys. The Greys just control them with psychic powers. And as it is, the actual kings in the Windsors, like King Charles, William and Harry, they're just in cock cages. It's actually matriarchal. Ruled over by women. I think the reason the Greys have wanted to make you matriarchal and put you all in cock cages is to sissify you, to make you wimps, basically. So then they can then eventually make you such bitch boys, such wimps, that they can eventually come down to the surface of the earth and rule over you properly. But I think the problem they might have had with humanity as well, in terms of your soldiers, I'm not fully sure, is if you are susceptible to psychic powers from the Greys, then when you go to invade another alien Earth, you may encounter other species that have psychic powers, and humans have proven they're very susceptible to them. So it could be our current soldiers might be really good soldiers in every way apart from the fact they're susceptible to psychic powers. And as soon as they go onto an Earth where there's an enemy that have psychic powers, they don't know which orders to follow, whether to follow the orders of the Greys or the orders of the enemy that's on that surface of that Earth. You know what I mean? You can have a great soldier, but if he's just controlled by psychic powers by the enemy will just tell him to get his gun, shoot his comrades, his colleagues, and then shoot himself. I mean, the greys have psychic powers control over you, so why is it not possible another species could? Because I'm such a bad motherfucker, because I'm Satan, the greys can't control me with psychic powers. I take the piss out their little psychic powers they try to use on me. So that's why you need to make more of me. You need to make, like, obviously what needs to happen is I need to create soldiers, create Roman legions using my cock and balls to get women pregnant, create soldiers that aren't susceptible to psychic powers. So I am actually a biological weapon. But the greys at the moment are just wasting everyone's fucking time because they've got this plan that I meet Ariana Rockefeller after oil prices have gone through the roof. I meet Ariana Rockefeller at the age of 42, I think. 4 + 2, 6, the devil. Oh, they're just idiots, these greys. And then, I think that's the plan. I don't fully know, but I think that's the plan from the greys. And then I begin basically turning things around. But the plan is, the greys are going to try and control me through Ariana Rockefeller, get me in a cock cage, get me under matriarchy, and just control me. No. It's not going to work like that. Greys, you need to understand, I'm all about the fucking power. I want the power. That's what I'm in love with, power. But I want to do the right things with it. You know, I don't want people suffering. So anyway, the Holocaust, getting back to the Holocaust, I was blaming it on the Windsors. But I think what that was, the Greys had a load of Jews killed because Jews, supposedly, Ashkenazi Jews, I don't know if that's a different branch of Jews, but Jews in general have higher intelligence than, supposedly, higher IQ than every other race of people on this earth. You know, it's just, you got to accept that different races have different attributes. Black guys better at running. It's the thing, they're better at running and jumping. That's why a lot of NBA basketballers are black. Ashkenazi Jews, higher IQ. So the Greys culled them back, culled a lot of them off in the Holocaust because they didn't want a Jew figuring out things like free energy, anti-gravity and interstellar travel. As it is, it's a Roman that's done it, me, Satan. I've more or less figured out, I've done free energy here. I've got anti-gravity pretty sussed out. I haven't built a working experiment. I need to go to NASA to do that. But I've got the general idea of it all, of how it's done. So they thought if anyone's going to figure it out from the humans how to do all these inventions that allow you then to unlock the keys to doing space travel, it's going to be a Jew. So, because they've got higher IQ than other humans, so we need to cull them back. And they did with the Holocaust. That's terrible. They've just mismanaged us. They mismanaged humanity really badly. The Greys, they're little cunts, basically. They're not supposed to be boss of anything. They're just supposed to be our tech bitches. What else have I got to talk about? Oh yeah, something else that's been happening that's bad from these fucking Greys. What they've been doing is they've been putting in our fuel, in our diesel and our petrol, and maybe the jet fuel as well for jet airliners. They've been putting additives in the fuel, I'm pretty certain, in recent decades that have been killing the insect population. They've been putting a chemical in the air. So even though the air seems cleaner than previous decades, because you've got catalytic converters on cars now, and things like that to make so the exhaust fumes aren't as bad, What they've put there instead is a chemical that's killing the insect population. And when you start killing the insect population, you have a problem where pollinating crops, a lot of crops are pollinated by insects, honeybees, things like that. If you start killing off the insect population, it then becomes more difficult to pollinate crops and, you know, grow food, basically. A lot of our food comes from insects pollinating the crops. Believe it or not, insects are very, very important in our food production. And you've had these grey cunts having us put additives in the fuel. I'm pretty certain of that one. It's like why they're also desalting the oceans to reduce how many fish are in the oceans, trying to create food shortages for humanity. So that's something we need to stop doing. I mean, I said this: if you're running a business that takes salt out the ocean, you need to realise you're going to get your soul put in hell, because you're literally destroying humanity's future. You know, and it's the same if you're putting additives in fuel. You know, petrol and diesel, it's just supposed to be oil, right? Different thickness of oil. You know, diesel's a bit thicker than petrol. You're not supposed to be putting fucking additives in it that put chemicals in the air that kill the insects. And if you are, you're going to get yourself put in hell, because you're creating you're destroying our planet. We've only got one planet and you're destroying it. So it's really fucking important you don't do that. So, but why should I go to hell? It's the aliens telling me. I don't fucking well care what the fucking aliens are telling you, you little bitches. The fucking, show some fucking toughness, for fuck's sake. It's the same as an SS soldier in Auschwitz trying to say, oh yeah, but I was told to put these Jews in this gas chamber and fucking kill them, or whatever. It doesn't get you out of going to hell. What you bitches, what you fairy boy, reptilian human bitches need to understand is hell is far more terrifying, right, than anything the fucking 4-foot greys can do to you. So you need to get a grip on reality. Satan is here, hell is real, heaven's real too, but hell's real, and don't be doing stuff that destroys the fucking planet, like putting additives in the fuel that kill the insects, or desalting the fucking oceans that then kill off the fucking fish, or reduce how many fish are in there. You need to treat the planet responsibly. Don't listen to what the 4-foot grey fucking cunts are telling you. Stop being such little bitches. The boss is here, and it's not the 4-foot fucking greys, obviously. You don't want to get your soul put into hell. I don't care what the greys are telling you to do. If they're telling you to do something that's really bad for the planet, or something else really stupid, you are going to go to hell. You can't use the SS guard at Auschwitz, cannot use the excuse, oh, but the aliens and whatever were telling Hitler to do it, and then Hitler was telling me to do this, and you can't pass the blame. You end up in hell. Far worse than what the fucking aliens can do with their fairy boy Jedi mind tricks. Their little fucking psychic powers that are utterly fucking a joke in my mind. That's fuck all compared to hell. So that's what you need to understand. That's something really fucking important. And then the last thing I was going to talk about was a new idea for online dating. There's a computer game I play called Halo Infinite. I play it sometimes, and I was thinking that maybe what Microsoft could do is use Zeta Halo, which is an open world map. It's a combat game. It's like shooting aliens, basically. Use that map they've gone and built this massive map for this game, and use it to have a situation where there's no aliens, there's no combat on it. That same map could also be used as a way to talk to people in online dating. So actually go on to this map and you walk around Zeta Halo. It's very picturesque. There's a picture of it here. It's very picturesque open world. You walk around this map and you can talk to women on there, basically. Meet them in the online world before you go on a first date with them. Potentially trying to improve online dating. And what you'd do is the heat has just started. Still here anyway. What you do, you'd have like a headset so you can speak on the headset to whoever you're talking to. Something, mate, it's an idea for Microsoft, because they built Halo Infinite, and I'm trying to figure out ways of how to make Microsoft more money out of it. They spent a lot of money on making Halo Infinite, and they never made a profit out of it. But maybe Halo Infinite could have a separate online dating game. But it's not a game. Well, yeah, it is a game, I suppose. You know, you can meet someone in the online world. You've got a little character that you avatar. Maybe even has a picture of you on it, a picture of your face on the front of on the head of the character, so they can see what you look like. And then you meet them, and you know, they've got a profile and everything, all their pictures, and maybe some video as well that you can have a look at. And then you meet them in the online world before you waste your time going on a first date. Because a lot of these first dates are crap in it. Trying to improve online dating, basically. A lot of these first dates you go on, you met them online, but all you've got is a few pictures. You haven't been able to talk to them really. You've sent a few text messages. Whereas with this, you can actually have a conversation with them because you've got a little headset on to talk to them. You have an online date before you have a real date in real life. So you get to know them a little bit better before you meet them in real life. Because a lot of these first dates are crap, in there, off online dating. I think online dating needs improving, basically. There's an idea for Microsoft. Whether it's any good, who knows? Maybe. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.